Offline, no! Does a refreshy help, or? Okay, now it says excellent. I think my hat is like scary off my head. Okay. This hat, I think, is from eBay. But it was like really weird and stiff, so I put it through the washing machine a bunch of times. I've had like no cell service at my house for the last couple days, and I can't figure out what is going on. I posted about it on my Instagram story, and a couple people in Philly told me they've had the same problem. And like, I know John and I have been like kind of low-key looking at houses, and his real estate agent told him that her phone doesn't work either right now, so I don't know what's going on. Poor Valonius has been trying to call me. Oh, 135 viewers? That can't be right. What the fuck? Why does my screen say that? Yeah, 62. Yeah, mine says 135. Yeah. Polish, thank you so much. Yeah, mine says 135. Yeah, my phone has been having similar issues, sadly. I had no signal Friday night. Yeah, something is up. Something is up, damn it. It's so weird. Poor Valonius. He said he tried to call me to talk about the submersible. I was like, now it's old news. But yeah, party, can't you do phone calls on WhatsApp or something? I don't use WhatsApp, so I don't know. Poor Valoni all alone. His phone is working double time in Florida. Super successful party. It was super tiring though, so the next day I did just want to chill. I met Jeanette McCurdy today. Yo! Do you know what kind of hair type she has? I think you could do calls on Instagram. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a Discord call with him after stream. Did you explain the turtles to John? No. I haven't explained it to him at all. He didn't question any of that. We will never see heaven. Her hair was definitely curly, and she's so sweet and tiny. Holy moly. Aw, I love her. Weirdly, I didn't have service the other day when I was out. Really annoying. Something is happening. Something is happening. This song has new meaning now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. poor Valoni wanted to talk about the submersible. And probably my, I don't know, my management. My, like, top donor on Fan House disappeared. I was like, where did he go? He's gone. Vanished. I heard NASA said some sunspots are going to mess up the internet. I wonder if it's messing up our phones. Why isn't anyone talking about it? Philip DeFranco is going to talk about Mr. Beast saying that he was supposed to go to the submersible. John asked me what that was about, and I said, don't worry about it, kitten. I was like, please, let me get, like, brainworms from this information, John. You're too pure. Mr. Beast shut up challenge. I know, he, like, when you're at his position, it takes so little for us to turn our backs on you, so, like, don't fuck with us. Explain the Elon versus Mark Zuck fight to John. Commodus Rex, thank you so much. Thank you for the gifted. So what I really wanted from the Mark Zuckerberg Elon fight is for no one to give a fuck. Like, I know that can't happen because there's money to be made, but I really wanted us as a collective community to not give a fuck. And we did so good with the Flash. Like, the Flash flopped. So I would really need an Elon Zuck fight to completely flop. But it's also, like, incredibly embarrassing as even a nation. And I know that Elon is South African, but he has big American vibes. So I feel like if him and Zuck, who are these American billionaires, had a cage fight, it's just so fucking annoying because Elon is chronically online, so he's probably inspired by the YouTubers who have little fights and then make millions of dollars. And Mark Zuckerberg is crazy and soulless and an odd bird. And in the last couple years of billionaires becoming, like, little cute pet name billionaires, like, they've become their own celebrities, they've become familiars. I don't know. Zuck being just like popsicle stick has been interesting to me. I'm like, you know, kill him. Kill Elon. Zuck. Get him. Also, my boy Zuck does BBJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ. So I thought that I would enjoy the fight because I like Jiu-Jitsu. Ooh, Oracle. But apparently, the fight is called off. So I don't know anything about that. I wanted the fight to happen. I wanted none of us to watch it. I wanted it to historically matter zero. And just like cryptocurrency AI guys would invest and lose money in it. And then all of us would be normal, but then billionaires would be injured. Can they fight in the submersible? It's interesting because I thought Elon would be invested in the submarine, the Titanic submarine, and I don't know. I didn't hear anything from him, but I have him blocked, muted, and anything else. So the only Elon-isms that come across my plate are when when something funny happens, basically. Gotta go to work. Thank you. Thanks, cowboy. They just wanted attention. It's funny because Zuck is pretty private. Like, really, we have those pictures of him, like, paddleboarding with all that sunscreen on or whatever he was doing. And then that's kind of it. Oh, and him barbecuing. I know he really wanted meta to happen, so that's funny, but I don't know much about him personally. Whereas I know so much about Elon against my will. Have you seen that there's a new Barbie movie? So funny. Oh my god, Cassio, are you gonna go see it? I tried to see Asteroid City last night, and I couldn't find any theaters. Has anyone seen Asteroid City yet? I think we're going to try and see Asteroid City this week. I was going to go to AMC, like a big deal, but then I looked up and Asteroid City is being played at the indie theaters. And I was like, I guess that makes sense, but what a pleasure. I'd rather support local business. You know what I mean? Yeah, I tried to see Asteroid City last night, and I guess because it's a pretty long movie, or is it flopping? There's no way it's flopping, but I guess it's not like a fucking Marvel movie. So, it was only showing 4 times, and if we would have seen the later showing, we wouldn't have gotten out until like 11. So we skipped it, but it's only an hour 45. That's so weird, because we went out of the city to run our errands, and I saw it playing at 5:30, and then at 7:30. And I was like, well, 7:30 is too late. By the time we see it and then drive home, it'll be like 11. AMC shows it near me, so strange. I think it's being shown everywhere, but it's a plus that it's also being shown in indie movie theaters. Barbie and Ken, I've only seen the trailer. I went to Ulta yesterday, and there was Barbie promotional makeup, and it was really cute. I hope I see Barbie. I tried to get Justine to see Asteroid City, but she had to go to sleep. My AMC was showing it, but they only show indie films for some reason. I watched 4 movies yesterday. At the theater? My Regal has it. Yeah. I don't think Wes Anderson's are usually big hits in terms of box office. That is so surprising to me. I guess I live in my own indie person bubble. Because it was like only 3 showings? Is that a Sunday thing? But they had a bunch of showings for Elemental? Am I saying that right? I know I said what I thought it was called and John corrected me. Elements? I know AMC does Ghibli Fest now, so I know they do some stuff for the girlies. Bestie and I are finally going to see Spider-Verse tomorrow. I'm waiting to see Spider-Verse on home viewing, but I know it's very good. My perfect viewing is to watch 1 and then watch 2. So I feel like I can only achieve that home viewing. I saw Spider-Verse in theaters though, the first one. But that was before COVID, right? Spider-Verse in IMAX was so good. That would be cool. I would like that. We're planning on going the 22nd showing of Barbie because that's her birthday. We're planning on dressing as different Barbies. Oh my god, yes! Are we all wearing pink to Barbie, actually? Joan? Hey. Okay. So I was calling John John Bone, and then it became Joan, even though Joan is a name already. Apparently there's different versions of Spider-Verse in different cinemas. I saw that. That's interesting. Are those Miku pants? Yeah, these are Miku sweatpants. They're very, like, flattering, though. But yeah, it's Miku. And it's Ryan Gosling who plays Ken. Really funny. Yeah, I feel like I've never seen The Notebook. Cassio, have you seen it? I liked Ryan Gosling in... Oh, what's that movie where he's, like, a bad guy? Is it called, like, Into the Woods? so hyped for the Barbie movie. Yeah. I think it's a cultural reset. Drive. Yeah. Is it Drive? Yeah. Place Behind the Pines. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. I really liked him in that. It felt very real. Felt like a real story. Chicago has a Malibu Barbie pop-up cafe. I went yesterday. Oh my god, that's so fun. What did you order? Oh. He reminds me of Spirited Away after No Face eats the frog. And he's like... Are you silly? I want to do an Oppenheimer Barbie double feature, but that might be too much. Didn't they say that they're not going to do that? Or you're just buying the tickets individually? me. I want his skull. Oh, honey. Yeah, I would just get ticks individually and take a break in between. It sounds like it would be really fun. Maybe I should go to Florida and see Barbie with Valonius. I should ask him that right now. That actually is a really good idea. I like his role in Drive. Yeah. I know Place Behind the Pines moved me. It felt real. Come to Florida, I'll take you to Disneyland. Ooh, really? Do you work there? I've never been to Disneyland. I'm a Disney enjoyer. I just got here. Did stream have to restart? Is it literally only been 15 minutes? No, it restarted. We're having like severe thunderstorm warnings and my phone doesn't work. A couple people in chat said their phone doesn't work either. We were just saying though that I should go to Florida to see Barbie with Valoni. Is it Shein time? Disney World is the one in Orlando, but yes, I work at one of the resorts. Really? I would come. I always said if I went to Disney, I would want to be with somebody who works there because I don't know the isms. I don't know the Disney isms. But I feel like you have to... I was talking to somebody recently, and they said they went to Disney with, like, their sister, or, like, their sister-in-law, who is very... knows all the Disney stuff. Me, I would just show up and be like... Hey... We should absolutely plan a Disney trip. Well, Son of a Gun is gonna take us. Please let it be Shein time. Okay, so this was my idea about the Shein drama that's going on. Would anybody volunteer, and I'm not asking you for free work, just to put that out there, please. Would anyone volunteer to, like, learn everything that's possible about what is happening with the Shein thing, and then present it on stream? Basically, will someone talk to me about it? And then Friday, it can be like, we talk about it. Mom said do a book report. Would anybody be willing to do that? Or a group project in the Discord or something? Hello? Honey. Why are you so curious? Make a channel on Discord, maybe? Honestly, group project would be so fun. Could make a Discord channel for it. Yeah, because, like, I mean, I'm not on TikTok, but I know some of you guys will do your little video presentations on TikTok, and I think that they're brilliant. If not, I have consumed a lot of the Shein stuff that's happening. Like Olivia on H3 giving the tea. Wait. Okay. Just making sure he didn't beef on me. Here, I'll end stream. Okay. If he beefed, I'll end stream. I don't see it. Like, my hand kind of felt wet, but I don't think so. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Maybe he farted. Is the beef in the room with us right now? I'm so scared. I was kind of tossing him around willy-nilly. But now I'm covered in his hair. Yeah, maybe he farted. Yeah, I don't want to ask you guys for free labor, but if somebody presented all of the known facts about the Shein event on stream, I think that would be super fun. Quick in Disneyland, what is this? And so I do here. Cassio, you will be with me in spirit as the channel's Disney expert. I haven't even heard anything. Okay, so we'll get into it. But if somebody wants to make a book report, a presentation, if they have time on Friday to present, I want to do more stuff with chat. I want to I want to get you guys a lot more involved. This community is pretty tight-knit at this point. I think all of us kind of recognize each other's names and stuff. I think it'd be cool if we did, like, room tours, too. Or, like, rate my room. My boss dragged me away. What did I miss? One, there's a call to action if anyone wants to make, like, a TikTok-esque video or book report or chat with me. Mostly chat with me on stream Friday about the shein, I'm pronouncing it wrong. About the Shein propaganda influencer video that's going around. I like Disney, but I'm mostly into Star Wars and Lego sets. I do like Star Wars. I'm a Baby Yoda enjoyer. Can we do redesign rooms? Get Mary Johansson made stories, 3 it seems, to talk about it. How do I pause? Okay. Let me talk about it first. I really feel like he beefed on me. Like, my hands feel wet, but there's nothing there. So I'll talk about it. I guess Friday or Saturday, I noticed... Can we watch the clip of it? It's on Twitter. Yeah, did I retweet it? I may have not, because I was scared. I think I did. I think I retweeted commentary. That's my way to skirt the allegations. If anyone has the link in front of you, you can provide. Otherwise, I'm in the trenches. I'm looking for it right now. Maybe he licked himself and the moisture is on you. Yeah, I feel creepy crawly. Okay, I got it. I got it right here. Hold on. So I have not watched this with audio yet. Let me just change. My face is not like on here. this. And then where am I? Video capture device. Add. No, I'm huge. Oh. No, I'm tiny. Put me right here. Ooh. Make sure I wasn't frozen. Can you hear me? We good? Okay. I've watched this a couple times, but I haven't watched it with audio. So if this person has a really funny voice or something, I do not know that. Or if there's something about this influencer that I should not be making fun of, I did not know that. Although I'm not making fun of them like bullying them, I am just critical of their actions. They do have a funny voice. They do have something I shouldn't make fun of.
China trip has been one of the most life-changing trips of my life. Getting to see the whole process of shein clothing from beginning to end with my own 2 eyes was so important for me. Kicking off the trip by heading to the factory of the leading manufacturer.
Okay, so here's the context. I don't think I provided it yet. A couple influencers were invited to China to go to shein factories. I'm thinking one factory. And full disclosure, like, I have been approached by shein. I'm actually approached by them fucking constantly. Shein, their fast fashion company, they started like kind of around the time I became an influencer. And their business model basically is like a website with clothing on it. And they use algorithms to determine what kind of clothes to make. So they will make small batch items, like they will make 100 pink tutus. And if only 20 people buy the tutus, then they scrap the idea. But if they sell all 100, then they're like, pink tutus rock, and they'll order 500 more. So shein will put hundreds of articles of clothing on their website every day. And growing up, you know, when you would go to the mall and stuff, and you would go to Forever 21, you would be like, oh, the next time I come, like, it might not even be here because the stock changes so often. So shein is like that on steroids. Their stock changes every day. And it's because they make these small batch items, they see what is going to sell, and then they make more of it, and they toss all the flops. I turn shein stuff down for you and Emma multiple times a week. Okay, that's crazy. So yeah, shein, they spare kind of no expense to work with influencers, and they'll also work with micro-influencers because micro-influencers are generally very eager, very grateful, and will do things like trade for product, working for free. And then if it's a micro-influencer, shein is probably a huge opportunity for them, so they won't say no. So when you get 700 micro-influencers to do your work versus like 50 big names, it creates waves, and shein I've watched completely explode from beginning to now. And it's really hit the mainstream as well. I see regular people wearing shein, whereas a couple years ago they were kind of like an online brand. And now, like, the people you're like on the bus with are wearing shein. It's crazy. The thrift store is full of shein. It's nuts. The quality is dog shit. Some of their clothes have been tested and contain lead. The clothing is made of plastic. And fast fashion at this turnover is just very destructive. It creates a lot of waste. It's kind of like the Amazon philosophy of go, 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 sell everything, undercut everything, capture the market, but clothing. One of the nice ladies in my post office has gotten into Shein and I'm heartbroken. Yeah. And just with the volume of clothes they're making too, they can be very experimental. So they also make a lot of clothes with very little function. So a lot of club wear, a lot of lingerie, cosplays, like a lot of clothing that normally has very little utility. Shein makes. And it's created this like disposable clothing environment and kind of attitude amongst young people and influencers that is really harmful for the planet. There are people who are very defensive about shopping with Shein. This is kind of a very tolerant space, and I'm pretty easygoing about a lot of people's situations and stuff like that. But these influencers, I don't recognize any of them. I don't want to call them micro influencers, and they actually have 1 million subscribers, but I firmly believe that these were targeted influencers who could not refuse something like this because they saw it as a huge opportunity. And because of that, they were gifted this opportunity. They're going to be very positive about it. So that could have worked. That really could have went under the radar, and this could have been propaganda for Shein. However, Twitter is in this really weird post like brain melt era where people like you and I think that this shit is funny and post commentary about it. This blew up because someone was like, I am obsessed with the Shein propaganda influencers. So it was not critical commentary. It was one of us who just like lost all hope and just like post nihilistic comedy, and it blew up. I don't know on the influencers end. This person, Danny DMC. So I don't know if Danny DMC has been fucking canceled, but it is not going her way. But I absolutely 100% in my heart, as someone who is online 24 hours a day, believe that this would have went under the radar if one of us brain rot people wouldn't have thought it was funny. Because first it's the brain rot commentary to make a joke, and then it's the critical commentary. So that's where I saw this. I don't know. I don't know what to say to people who excitedly tell me about their Shein, Wish, Temu purchases. I can't get excited for them, but I also don't want to immediately start shaming them. It feels like there's no good way to tell someone, hey, maybe don't buy from them, without them taking it personally and making excuses. It kind of feels weird. It kind of feels like talking about veganism. Yeah. I have not watched this with the volume turned on yet. People say they shop at Shein because of the prices and they can't afford anything else, but they're dropping $500 per haul. For $500, you could get some great stuff, not from the worst company. So I think one of the things, this might sound incorrect or hypocritical coming from me, but I think that overconsumption is what leads to people saying, I shop at Shein because I want to stay fashionable and it's not fair that I can't keep up with trends because I'm low income, so I shop at Shein so I can stay up to date with trends. That phrase is really loaded. It's really difficult to put hands on that phrase, and people like me walk away from it. However, if you really get to the root of it, it is somebody who is really materialistic, has kind of some issues in feeling left out, wanting to be a part of the trend, wanting to be part of, you know, celebrity trends. So somebody who is involved in this circle who is self-conscious, materialistic, and over-consuming. And that is somebody who needs to address those behaviors because they are, destructive behaviors, but they're really, really normalized. I was thinking this the other day. This is related, trust me. So much content is about, like, someone on vacation and people watch it, but you couldn't go on vacation that much, but we all enjoy content that looks like that. Like, so many TV shows are in luxurious places. The Travel Channel is literally just people on vacation. Maybe, like, every time Hailey Bieber wears something, you just look at it. You don't have to, participate, I feel. You know, do I have a bunch of manga sitting behind me? Absolutely. So, really, I just think overconsumption without, you know, blind overconsumption that uses a lot of denial and stuff like that is no good. It's still an issue. Is it tone deaf to say fashion trends aren't important? That's the excuse, is literally BS. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's hard to tell somebody that. And I also, like, I've been in a couple situations in the last couple months where I felt like everyone could tell I was poor because of the clothes I was wearing. And I'm not in those positions very often or ever. The most time I spend public facing is with you guys. So, you know, if I worked in that field where I felt that way, it would probably feel really good to shop and then fit in my social circle. So I get why it happens. I experienced it recently. And hey, I did go shopping. So it's real and it affects people in different ways. But I went thrift shopping. Like, I was still trying to be a little bit conscious about it. So overconsumption, turning a blind eye, making excuses, denying this complete reality. It's like denying climate change. It's something that you should work on. And if you feel like you deserve to stay in the fashion cycle because there's not a lot of offerings for you, you're poor, you need plus size clothing, it's hard for you to get the styles you like in your size or your budget. I'm kind of just like, yeah, like, I hear you, so I have to let you do that because you've hit me with an argument that's really defensive, and I feel for you, and I don't want to break you down. I don't want to say something to you because you've put up this wall. So, you know, something's there. So, there's a reason someone put up that wall. And then I don't touch it because that's the language people would use when they're backed into a corner. It's like that kind of language. So I'm like, okay, you know, if you need to shop at Shein for these reasons, but you won't hear anybody tell you why those reasons should be, you know, considered, I don't know. I'm 36-year-old with a mortgage and 5 animals that need feeding. I don't need to buy bikinis every week. Yeah. And I can't just say that it's like popular girls or like influencers. Like, I see so many people in my own subculture buying goth shit from Shein. And we've talked about this on stream, like, that directly goes against the culture. So I also think, like, being addicted to shopping, being defensive and denial, wanting to chase trends because that feels good, and just being addicted to social media, being addicted to online spaces. I mean, Shein is very, very clever, really, really good, people calling this propaganda feel correct because they're really good at it. They're really good at it. I think they've done brilliant marketing by targeting micro influencers and being such a big space online. I don't know. I will say, you know, I'm an old lady, but last time I was home with my brother, he had just this like really weird, let's say, Demon Slayer fake bootleg shirt on. And he was so proud to tell me that he bought it himself off Amazon. And I was not going to tell this young man that's a bootleg, that, you know, the artist doesn't get paid for that, just like some dude who ripped this image off that doesn't belong to him. It's not licensed. The material is really poor quality. It's a plastic shirt. Amazon is sketchy. Like, no, my brother had $16 and he was proud that he bought his own shirt for his interest. So, you know, I also think that it's probably a lot of kids on Shein. I read this like I Am the Asshole, and it was this dude who said his daughter put together a cart on Amazon for all of her back to school shopping, and it was like cat girl shit, and he posted it on Am I the Asshole on Reddit because he was like, oh, should I let her get this or will she be made fun of? And fuck him. But I was thinking, like, yeah, is that how kids go back to school shopping? They make an Amazon cart? So it has to be the same shit. It has to be 16-year-old girls who make a cart on Shein and their parents agree to pay for it because it's $75. So a lot of people here, it's a culmination of a lot of things, just like a lot of very also online isms. But this has to be a very new influencer or a micro influencer to fall for this shit, because Shein is also like Valonia said, they're like very, you know, influencers know about them. They've been in the influencer space forever. And there are some influencers where Shein is probably their biggest donor, their biggest sponsor. She has 400k followers. So yeah, she probably felt really like she needed this opportunity to celebrate her value. And she may have felt undervalued as an influencer, and then she was like, finally, I get a brand trip. But like, fuck your brand trip. Like, this is the brand? You know what I mean? Not coming for this person. Well, actually, you know, I'm not trying to start shit. I'm saying that this is irresponsible, and as an influencer who's been in the space for a long time, I see how this happened to her. But it was her job to use better judgment. If you are a fashion influencer and you don't know what fast fashion is, then you're literally just buying clothes off the rack and putting them on in front of your phone and hitting post. Like, I'm sorry. You are not interested in fashion if you are learning about fast fashion for the first time and saying OMG. You are not. You're copying someone else because you want to be an influencer, but you have no idea what it means. The girl just wanted a bag and a free trip. Of course. You know, sometimes these brands make you an offer you can't refuse, and it's up to you to, you know, say, hey, this isn't good. This is a bad thing. Let's start from the beginning. This shot of the sweatshop, I just want to say all clothing has been touched by human hands. There's no such thing as a machine that makes clothes. If you want to get Princess started, she explains it really well. But just an FYI, because I know some people just don't know. You know, same shit about veganism. If clothes were made in glass house and with glass walls, like, people would understand what happens, but they don't. products show up at your house and you're like, yay.
China trip has been one of the most life-changing trips of my life.
So this is an influencer, and I can't clock anyone else from the trip. I have not seen the other influencers post the videos. If anyone else has seen the other influencers post the videos, let me know. I've only seen this person's take. I heard someone from Project Runway is in this group, but I don't know Project Runway like that. A lot of people have come for this influencer's looks. My only comment is that this outfit feels very experimental.
Getting to see the whole process of shein clothing from beginning to end with my own two eyes was so important for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's just watch this through.
China trip has been one of the most life-changing trips of my life. Getting to see the whole process of shein clothing from beginning to end with my own two eyes was so important for me. Kicking off the trip by heading to the factory of the leading manufacturer for Shein was the perfect way to start. I was really excited and impressed to see the working conditions. The next day, we headed to the Shein Innovation Center. This facility blew my mind. It's over 600,000 square feet. There's so much technology, and Shein is just such a developed and
I'm sorry, I won't.
It was so beautiful to see firsthand. I was able to interview a woman that worked in the fabric cutting department, and you guys know me. She's an investigative journalist, so I asked her all of our questions, and she answered them honestly and authentically. She was very surprised at all of the rumors that have been spread in the U.S. She told me about her family, her lifestyle, her commute, her hours. Our last stop was to the Shein warehouse. This place was massive. It's about 84 acres and almost fully run by technology and automation. I was really impressed by the extensive checklist that each item had to go through before it's shipped off. I think my biggest takeaway from this trip is to be an independent thinker, get the facts, and see it with your own two eyes. There's a narrative fed to us in the U.S., and I'm one that always likes to be open-minded and seek the truth, so I'm grateful for that about myself.
Are we fucking QAnon? What the fuck is this? There's a narrative in the U.S. You are being so irresponsible by even suggesting that everything that investigative journalists and literally people who have escaped this life being a sweatshop worker in China, literally these first-hand accounts, you're dismissing them as conspiracy because Shein gave you the most flop fucking outfit for free? Like, you are being so fucking irresponsible. And just why? You know these clothes suck. If you wear a variety of clothes, then you're supposed to have worn nice clothes and then put these plastic clothes on, and you know that they don't feel good. You know that they are irresponsibly made. And it's just like, okay, I can do the whole, like, if it would have been whistle music, like, you know, the free music. And they were like, wow, I've never seen inside of a sweatshop. Everybody was really taken care of well, and everyone was smiling, and it looked really clean. If that was their take, I would be like, oh, like, they just don't know. But to add the shit where you're like, I'm a free thinker, you are so, like, you're so nuts. You are so nuts to be like, I went to the Shein factory and I came out a free thinker. You're so crazy. Do you not know this language is dangerous? Are you, like, where's the tweet from this person from 2016 where they voted for Trump? Because if it hasn't come out yet, it's cooking. Like, this is so nuts. Someone's gonna be like, oh, they're only 19, like, they don't know. Like, something is gonna come out. She has sold her soul. Cassio, you're exactly on the nose. For what? For what? This goofy fit? Like, this goofy ass fit? If you're like, I'm a fashion influencer and this is really important to me, where is the fashion? Where's the fashion influencer? And if you're a fashion influencer, what are you doing? Why aren't you on the real like the other girls, grinding for vintage 90s Chanel and styling it 14 different ways because it matters so much to you? Where's that energy? This is, you're buying shit off the rack from Shein in a plastic bag And you're accusing other people who are very critical of this as not being free thinkers, not asking questions. You're so fucking goofy. This is so irresponsible and strange. And to go to China, bro? What did you do in China? Like, I watch videos of tourists who go to fucking North Korea and they're presented this, like, really stellar trip. Like, did this just fucking happen to you? I love the, like, I love that. I love the influencer isms. Who's filming this? Someone from Shein? Bro, it is so embarrassing when you have to be the influencer and they're like, oh, point to the sign? Yo! This is so fucking nutty, dude. For what? For what? They made you work in this leather halter top? On a human level, this is so humiliating. Who are these other people? What if no other person is an influencer in this and they fucking got her? They staged all of this for this one woman to, like, I don't know, take all of the heat. I think she's getting the most flack too because she framed her video like, I'm getting the facts, this is not a sweatshop. Who even brought that up? Who even brought that up? Who even mentioned that? She mentioned it. So did Shein give her a script that was like, hey, some people think this is a sweatshop. Could you, like, say that it isn't? Or is she like, hey, I want to wear free clothes for a couple years, so I really have to take this criticism and make people doubt it. People really need to doubt this criticism so I can get free clothes. I put a package on a conveyor belt so I understand the workers now and it's all good. Just like, it feels so American that it's embarrassing me. Yeah, the fact that this video is defensive, and we just talked about this before I played the video. People are so defensive about wearing Shein, and that defensiveness comes from guilt. Why do you feel guilty that you were on this brand trip? Is it because from the jump, from the email, from the first correspondence, you felt on the fence about doing this to your career? Why do you feel so guilty? Why aren't you like, slay, I'm in China, slay?
Manufacture for Shein was the perfect way to start. I was really excited and impressed to see the working conditions. The next day, we headed to the Shein Innovation Center. This facility blew my mind. It's over 600,000 square feet. There's so much technology, and Shein is just such a developed and complex company, and it was so beautiful to see firsthand. I was able to interview a woman that worked in the fabric cutting department, and you guys know me, she's an investigative journalist, so I asked her all of our questions, and she answered them honestly and authentically.
So she interviews a woman who works there, and she's about to say, that lady had no idea about,
She was very surprised at all the rumors that have been spread in the U.S.
Rumors? Rumors! Okay, so, hello, rumors? In real journalists have put this information out there for people. They aren't rumors. Real people have gone there. Calling it rumors is conspiratorial? Can someone phonetically... It's like... Okay, I can't say this word, but... It's not... It's... You can't call it rumors. Fast fashion and sweatshops is a real thing. Factories have collapsed in our lifetime, making clothes that we wear. The Gap factory collapse killed real people. Like, and those people are still dead. It's not a rumor. They're dead. The rumors are false. I went to the Innovation Center. Shein is so great. It invalidates the real work of journalists. Yeah, it just feels so immature. The only way I can accept this is if this person is 19, no less. I mean, no more. I'm sorry, it reeks of privilege and feeling that it's okay for people to get treated worse than fucking dirt to make your shitty, ugly, cheap clothes so you feel included. In what? People don't give a shit about you in reality. It's true. Blog post statement. There it is. Okay. Not the full face makeup in your statement.
Talk about Shein. All the tea.
It's so small, but did you see her go? Where's the Notes app apology? Are we sitting in a chair? You're supposed to be sitting on the floor. Is she counting on a finger? Not to be on her side, but she should not have apologized. This shit would have just went right over. You ever go on James Charles's YouTube channel? He's still getting millions of views. She should have just, She should have said, I didn't know. And then that was it. Doubling down. This video is sponsored.
Debunking some rumors and everything you guys wanted to know from my brand trip. So like I told you before, Shein is the first brand to ever take me on a brand trip. And it kind of came out of the blue, but like I talked about in a bunch of my TikToks, I asked all the right questions.
I'm sorry, do you deserve a brand trip? I just don't understand. Also, she has ruined her social media career before anyone even knew who she was. People are saying in the chat that she was famous. I mean, she had to have been somebody for them to take her on this brand trip, unless they targeted her as a micro-influencer so they could have all the content and just present it as they want. And that happens. I've made branded content that I don't even have to post because brands want an influencer to be making the content, but then they post it objectively. Here is an influencer. So Shein may have had her come there in her little outfit, but they were also filming and they also have the intention of posting content that looks good, and they just used her and they don't care what happens to her because they got their footage. Like, that's pretty possible. This whole shit, I don't know about this shit. She shouldn't have done this. She's just doubling down. She's just being defensive, and it makes people feel bad, and they're gonna side with her. But I don't know about all of this attitude with it. I mean, she seems really self-assured, and that's awesome. I wish I was self-assured, but like, this is not great. This doesn't look good. That's exactly what they did to her, Q. Her Instagram is very hypersexual, cheap clothes, no substance. It felt weird looking at it. Oh. Is she, so she's a micro-influencer, like, I don't know. That's, that was just my theory, and that theory is just based off of, like I said, being online for so many years, being approached by this brand nearly constantly, and then, I'm also on the micro-influencer spectrum, so I also get deals from brands who aren't looking for a famous person. They're just looking for an influencer to do the thing. I, don't even want to watch this. So this person has added this commentary that you're seeing on the left to be like, that's what this person's actually saying. So this isn't from her Instagram. This is her apology, maybe from TikTok or whatever. This person has duetted it to, hold them more accountable. So that's what you're seeing. I'm not talking about this person. I'm talking about this person.
and I got invited to this dinner that the heads of Shein were at, and I got so much good information, and I want to share it with you guys so that we can be on the same page. And that way you guys understand what made me work with Shein and why I feel confident in doing so. So I went to this amazing event, I heard from the higher ups, and I took a bunch of notes, so I'm going to be looking.
One time I was invited to a Verizon event. Have you ever heard me talk about it? You don't have to. You can go and eat and then be like, okay, bye. You can. I don't know.
Behind it because I want to make sure I get everything right. But honestly, to get all this info, go to my YouTube video. I'm doing a long version of this so I can tell you all the tea.
The longer YouTube video is part of my brand deal. It's monetized, so please watch it. Is this person a YouTuber? You mean the people who are rich because of the rumors? Yeah, did you see something? It came out with like all the billionaires who, like all this billionaire talk that's been out recently. That like billionaires are also, they tend to also be like narcissistic because you have to have like some sort of something, some mental barrier that maybe isn't there in order to create billions of dollars.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey!
Hey. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go skate for a little bit.
Okay, you don't want to see the movie tonight?
No. You wanna do it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Say hi. You didn't say hi last time.
Hey.
Princess tried to say happy birthday and you were like, meow.
Yeah. Thank you, Princess. Alright. I love you.
I love you.
I don't know how I feel about these pants.
Why don't you stream?
They're fireproof, but they kinda...
They're fireproof Carhartts.
They kinda are weird. I don't know.
They're really soft to be fireproof.
They're also just shaped weird. Look how big, like, my phone is just this huge thing.
Yeah, you're gonna get like the how people have the wear mark. You should also do cigarettes in this side.
Or a tin of dip in the back pocket.
Yeah, a tin of dip in the back pocket so it's a circle.
Alright.
You should do something cool, like a Luigi figure.
I'm probably just gonna not wear these.
I'll wear them, they're really soft.
Alright.
Oh, they are kind of low rise. They make you have a little tiny butt. Wait, come back. Turn around. More.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Your butt is never this small. Wait.
Alright.
Oh my
Changing
god.
them.
Oh my god, look at it.
I love you.
Love you. Oh, both cats are at the door. Oh yeah, John told a story when someone stole Olive. I think he's gonna come back. Cheeked up on a Monday. A little bit, him and I went to REI to try on pants yesterday, and he said that the one pants gave me a really long butt. So I'm dishing it. I'm dishing it back. Those are old man pants. A little bit of comedy to break the tension. This lady makes me so mad. The person who duetted is Francesca Ramsey, actor, writer, and previous YouTuber, MTV Decoded. Oh, slay. Huge authority. Those pants look good. They're really soft. I'll probably steal them. My job is laying off more people. Pray for me, besties. Oh my god. No, you're a really hard worker. I mean, I can make that judgment because you're live tweeting at work, but I also think that you're a hard worker, though. Now, you must be good to John. He's a nice man. Well, he asked how we felt about the pants, and I said they looked good until I saw how little his butt was. So, he should know that before he goes out. He's gonna go to the skate park, and people are gonna be like, did you half-ass that kickflip? Wait, we gotta get him in. We gotta do that. We gotta make that joke. We gotta get him in here. John? Did you really change out those pants? Yeah, I think Carhartt really half-assed those pants. I got him. Alright, be careful, don't get hurt, I swear. I think I'm gonna go headband. It's too hot in here. We got him. Oh yeah, it was the hat making it so hot in here. I thought because it had the ears. You need a desk fan. I have a window unit for this room. I just really have to set it up. I just haven't. I have to ask John to get it too, because he put it in the Harry Potter closet. Oh, and you guys would hear the desk fan. You should get this for your desk. I've seen these. How does this work? You put ice in it, I think. That would be nice. No, I just have to stop being lazy and put the air conditioner in. John looks like a little skater boy in his pants. Okay.
So I'm just now making this video because I was in works with talking to Shein about how I can bring information from the brand to the consumer and how I can...
Why? Why does she want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Why have you decided it's your personal mission to do that? Shein will be fine without you, frankly. Like, what is... That's why I just don't believe this person. Like, you don't need to do that. I really wanted to let my audience know about the inner workings of Shein. Why? But maybe this person, like, is in fashion school or something. Like, why? What's the why? John's butt. No! Oh my god, the cats are in here. And they're eating my Korak plant. Come on, guys. Could I have been in here for 2 seconds? Wait. You can stay. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic with my chair. I know that has to be loud. Not the frog. Not the frog butt.
Help them with debunking a lot of these rumors. We've come together, signed a contract, I signed a deal with them, and they've come all the way correct. So that's the first thing I want to note, is that they take care of their creators, and especially as a plus-size creator, I am about 60% of the time underpaid, and they have definitely not underpaid me and taken great care of me. So
like, I get why are her pronouns she, her? So I get why she thinks that saying this is helpful, but it looks really bad. Like, I get why she used it as a justification, and I do fully believe that she feels justified in that. and saying it. One, the budget that they pay you as an influencer is not what they pay the employees. So if this statement is, see how well they paid me? Like, they have money to pay their employers. If that's what she's trying to say, it doesn't work, because you're a private contractor. Usually it's a one or small contract, one payment or one contract payment. I mean, it's just not what they pay their employees. They're paying, so it's not a really great argument. Also, if the other way around, you're trying to say, like, they didn't take advantage of me, they paid me really well, then that's kind of what everybody is saying. So it doesn't look good. It's a little, like, in everybody's face a little bit. Hi guys, so just to clear things up, I had an amazing dinner with Emperor Palpatine, and he gave me some really good information about the Sith. There's a lot of bad press about the Empire from the Rebels, but he gave me the straight facts, and that's why I feel so comfy supporting the Sith and promoting uniting all planets in the galaxy under the Empire. I'm dead. Of course they make tons of money and have money to pay, but that obviously doesn't mean they pay everyone fairly. So yeah, if that's the take, that's the only reason why I could see it being valuable to add that information into your apology. Otherwise, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And I mean, I do think there's something fair to be said about price discrepancies in influencer marketing. Like, male influencers make more than female influencers, and it's probably really possible that plus size influencers make even less than other influencers. So if she's saying, like, I'm a marginalized group, so it was really important for me to work with a brand who saw my value because I constantly feel undervalued, I feel like it just kind of goes back to that defensive take that make people go, okay, hands off. But I'm not saying it's not tough out there. It's really tough out there to be a full-time influencer. But if you are an influencer, it's for somebody. And who is this for? I guess what I'm saying. Like, I get on Twitch every day for you guys. And if I did something all of you guys hated, like, doubling down on it, I don't understand what it's for. Guys, the Shein CEO took me out to dinner. It feels like saying, could a depressed person do this? Could the propaganda machine do this? Come on, honey. Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do that? I just clicked on a T video and the top comment was, no way she calls herself a human rights activist and called people racist because they criticize her, painting an awful company in a good light. Just wow, the nerve. I don't even want to watch it. We can't make $5 million without all of you. We pay $10 an hour. I think they pay like $1 an hour. $10 an hour is more than American minimum wage. And there were also a lot of big brands that were caught using North Korean sweatshops, and they were paying them even less because North Korea was selling them as a group, and then North Korea gets a paycheck. Armani Exchange got caught using North Korean sweatshops, and that's literally like what? Like against national embargoes. Like, I don't know the language to say. GM Bad Cat. I know, do you hear him? He's so funny though. They might also pay by the piece and not by the hour. That is a really good point. A lot of these places will pay you after you make like 40 garments or something. I used to make $8 when I worked for... No. You can go in your chair. You can do chair. Chair is... My trade offer. You get chair and you can be in here. I think my camera's like slowly dipping down. Okay, he's decided chair. Ethan started him.
Oh, when it comes to sustainability, when it comes to an ethical code of conduct, from my...
Can I say one more thing? There are influencers, there are content creators who do like investigative journalism. No one asked you to take this upon yourself. And is this like a is this a creative pivot? Like you're going to go to other factories and do this? It's just like, why did you do this? No one asked you to do this.
My understanding, shein is doing everything they possibly can. So basically a breakdown of the company and
oh, sorry.
How they work.
God, you can't fucking scrub. Give me a little scrub bar.
They branch out to manufacturers to create their clothing outside of shein. Now these manufacturers have to apply...
See her reading? See her like reading something? Not a prepared statement. No. This is so messy. What a mess.
By a code of conduct that aligns with the international labor laws. So it's not even shein's laws, but it's the international labor.
Why? How? Let me get this straight. You're trying to frame that positively? That Shein abides by national labor laws? They have to. What am I missing? They must do that. What am I... Maybe I misunderstood that.
So within this code of conduct, they cannot have improper labor practices. They have to have responsible manufacturing, civic rights, and worker safety at all times. If they don't, they get cut off immediately.
So I mentioned this Gap factory that caught on fire. I believe it collapsed and then caught on fire. So I mentioned this Gap factory where that happened and so many people died. The Gap made a statement after that because it was their clothing. And the Gap statement said, as far as we knew, everything was compliant. And we have a very strict code of conduct. You can go and you can read Gap's statement. Gap didn't say sorry. They said, this isn't our fault because we have this code of conduct that everyone is supposed to abide by. So even if Shein has this code of conduct, you know, whatever, they contract out factories to make the garments. So let's say Shein is doing like this big denim collab. A factory will take the contract, and it could be a factory that works for many different brands. Like the same factories that make Gap can also make Forever 21. Like, it's just they get these big contracts and they make the item. So Shein might have this whole denim jacket shit that they want made by somebody, and somebody bids for it, and they bid the least amount of money, and then their factory that they run, full of people, women, that factory then does the order. So Shein writes the contract, and then some other fucking factory does it. So Shein's not there. Not this lady thinking the law is a concern of a giant company with all the money in the world. Yeah. Fox, have a good day.
And they can no longer manufacture for Shein. You got to go.
No.
Shein conducts thousands of audits, so basically they are constantly auditing these manufacturers to make sure that they are up to code with all of the code of conduct and the international laws. I believe last year they said they did around 2,800 audits alone. So some other things I gathered was Shein's goal is to make low-cost, affordable clothing. It gives the ability for all people to partake in fashion, which I think is so important. Not only affordability, but size inclusivity. They go up to a 4X, which a lot of fast fashion brands don't. They also have fabrics that are ethically made. They have a ton of recycled fabrics. If you look at their carbon footprint, they also have a very low carbon footprint compared to many fast fashion brands. Their goal is to have wasteless production. They want to produce very small amounts, so they only produce what is needed, not more than that.
And I explained that to you guys, at the beginning of this whole shit, and it's really clever for them to disguise that as ethical, but I think my opinion is that it's greenwashing to consider it that, because Shein is able to attack trends right away as they're happening because they make small batches of clothing and then they use algorithms to decide if they should make more or not. They're able to capture a trend that might exist for 9 days using this method. Now, you could argue that if there is such a micro trend, and someone throw out an example, you can argue that if there is such a micro trend that Shein only makes 100 pieces for the micro trend, that it is a small batch. And the word small batch is just, in this context, greenwashing. But if you are making small batches for every single micro trend that pings, it is more irresponsible to do that than it is to make many different things with the same pattern, than to make sustainable clothing that will last through trend cycles. Calling it small batch in this context is irresponsible, because if they find that this small batch production isn't valuable, they throw it away in order to jump onto the next thing that might catch and make them money. So I'm trying to think of a micro trend that has come recently. Not for nothing, but I work in a warehouse, and for all the audits we get, they're internally done, and anything is half of the time ignored, or a ticket is put out and then never fixed. Yeah, and also audits can happen because something happened first. Like, if there was an emergency, then an audit happened to see what happened. Mud, thank you for subscribing. Doesn't Shein add 1,000 items per day or something? And honestly, just look at their homepage, the amount of clothes and styles. Does she really think that you can't make mass stuff ethically? So I don't know if I want to put Shein on here, but let me pull an example as something I believe is a micro trend. No, my targeted ads are going to be for this cancer. Here's a really good example. 4th of July shit. Okay. So I just went on Shein's homepage, and it's clothing for 4th of July with, like, you know, expedited shipping. I'm not gonna fucking wear 4th of July shit. You guys aren't. So Shein probably made 400 USA 2023 t-shirts. If only 90 people bought them, they go, this is a flop, and they throw it away. So calling it small batch is misleading, because they're making clothes in small batches as a benefit to them and not as a benefit, like, ecologically, if that makes sense. Like, she said it and presented in this way, it sounds like a good thing, but it's not actually. It's actually like the bread and butter of their enterprise. I think they just realize it sounds good. It's incredibly wasteful.
It allows them to have an efficient business, but keeps the material waste and the environmental impact down. So I feel super confident working with Shein. This is a new playlist I'm created called Shein 101, and I will be talking to you guys about Shein, my thoughts on them, what I'm doing with them, exciting things we have coming up.
Defensive. So defensive. If you loved a brand, you would not have to convince me that you love them. If you felt good about who you were working for, you would not have to do all this shit. This is dead up propaganda. So I was worried about calling it propaganda because I don't have enough knowledge on the history of propaganda to use that term with, like, a lot of confidence. And I also feel like it's a bit touchy because a lot of people are calling it Chinese propaganda, and I worry about that phrasing, but also kinda yeah. I feel like I should say there are responsible factories creating items in China. So to say that every single product made in China is exploitative, you know, isn't exactly correct. But this feels like propaganda. And if anything, it feels like conspiracy. It feels more like conspiracy to me because of some of these talking points she's used. And I fucking hope she's 19 or like 18, because it is so, like I said, irresponsible to call questions and, you know, literal work by journalists rumors. And what did she say at the end of her little fucking video that was like, Americans believe or whatever? I was like, did you just call us Americans? How long were you in China? Seeing all this, I'm mad at the influencer, but I also feel bad for seeing how hard she's digging in. How much would you have to be paid to do this? Free thinker. Yeah. She said free thinker. Dog. Is Fox News on at the crib? Who taught you that? She's 30? No. If James Charles did all this, I'd be like, oh, he's just a baby. I would do this for $30 million. Do you think they paid her like 10,000? I hate to tell you quick, but all the influencers that went were in their late 20s, early 30s. Oh my god, they're so smart. They're like, 16-year-olds buy our shit, but what about millennials? James is not a baby anymore. It was probably just the trip to China. Should we look at her Instagram, or is that taking it a step too far? I don't understand. As a 30-year-old, haven't you been in situations like this where you were really wrong? She is paid and was paid off with some clothes. So sad. I know, it's like dirt clothes too. Like, if this piece is a Shein piece, it's literally a ripoff. And I think one of us here could even say where this is stolen from. I think Loie wore this dress recently on her Instagram, and it's from like an independent store. Like, I don't know. I can't keep looking at her coconut head. She's dense. She's a Shein and Savage X Fenty type influencer. I'm not her demographic. I mean, that's T. Okay. What's her username? Demi DMC? Danny DMC? Bro. Not private during the event.
Swimsuit season is upon us, baby.
Still posting. God bless. There are some influencers, though, who just do ads, I guess. This is an ad for, like, this product she has. Soul Partner. Okay, let's just get a vibe. Content creator, model, confidence activists. Home of the confidence crew. I'm thinking this is what she calls her audience. Maybe she doesn't care. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, this is the dress I was talking about. Is this dress from Shein? Because if it is, it's definitely a stolen concept. I remember, like, I can't tell you who made this dress, but I remember reading about the company or like the girl or the creator who made this concept and how much it was being stolen from them. I guess she's not saying where the dress is from. Yeah, the comments are gnarly, dude. Okay, so this is tagged Shein and the other one isn't. This dress looks as cheap as your morals. Oh. You know what? Comments are still on. You know what? I think they really nailed it. I think they did some fucking, I think they did some really good research, some really good A/B testing, and they figured out the perfect influencer to send to China. She's not backing down, and she ate, like, all these pictures. I would feel so fucking goofy But she's really just like, this is, she's like, I pulled out my whole face card for this. This really looks like legit, like a model posing for a photo. Like, it's really legit. Like, Shein picked the perfect person. Look at this. This is like a celebrity. If you told me this was a celebrity that I didn't know, I would believe you. Like, this is literally so well done. If it didn't say Shein and it said The Flash, I would be like, oh shit, is that the latest Marvel? You know what I mean? She's telling herself all engagement is good engagement. That used to be true until like now. Until today. She literally looks like someone famous. See? She's really giving. I can't pose for photos like this. Even this looks really good. She could put this on a book. Like the back of a book. It looks really professional. I wonder if is this where the Shein content starts? Or is this also Sheinism? Oh, her boyfriend picks out her outfit. I want to watch one where she picks out her outfit. Tell a friend.
He's jiggling. Put the shorts on, friend.
Oh, it's like body content. When did she become like a Shein influencer? I think this is the post that starts it. This one. Which makes me think this might be from Shein. Azalea Banks thought that all publicity is not good publicity. Her saved IG story makes it seem like she went around June 16th. She clearly doesn't care if she's leaving her comments on. Full disclosure, I worked with Clean and Clear a couple years ago, and they had started a sister brand that was supposed to be like more millennial focused, cruelty free, all that shit. And I got a bunch of comments on my sponsored posts that were like, this brand is owned by Clean and Clear, they test on animals, like all this stuff. So I contacted, it's not even like a brand anymore, it completely flopped. I contacted them and I was like, hey, people are having this reaction to your content. And they were like, don't delete any of the comments. And apparently it was in my contract. So she may also be under contract for that. So I don't know. She might not be allowed to delete them. She might not want to though. Because if I would have just deleted all those comments from Clean and Clear, I don't think I would have gotten in trouble. But, I mean, that happened to me a couple years ago. So, I don't know if just the vibes are different now. This looks like she's, like, meeting Joe Biden. This looks like she's at the White House. Like meeting Joe Biden. I said this yesterday. No other president we use their name. We didn't say Barack Obama. We just said Obama. But we always say Joe Biden. Like he's just a little fucking chap. Just a squirt, Joe Biden. I think I keep bringing up James Charles because she reminds me of James Charles. She really, like, looks famous. Viral Nation. Her manager is taking her out and they're like, this is so good. We're crushing it. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Oh wait, did we see this? Oh, took the comments off this. Oh, she brought her boyfriend. Okay. No, wait, can I see this from the beginning? No fucking scrub. Should we listen to this with audio?
Food, and to bring you guys with me as we get a sneak peek of the behind the scenes of the operations of Shein. After some much needed R&R, we got suited and booted and all ready for our first dinner in China, and we headed down to the welcome dinner. I'm so excited to bring you guys on this trip with me so you can indulge in this incredible experience right alongside me and learn more about the brand behind it all. Well, the cat's out the bag. Today's the day we are going to China with Shein. This is an epic trip. We took this China Southern Airlines flight from LAX nonstop to Guangzhou. It was 13 hours and 50 minutes, and I actually went by
13 hours for Shein?
pretty fast. I slept most of it. My favorite travel buddy and I did some self-care to pass the time, and before we knew it, we were landing in China, baby. Someone needs to pinch me. I still cannot believe we are here. The Shein US and China team welcomed us with open arms. We got to see a bit of the city. I cannot wait to explore more, to eat the food, and to bring you guys with me as we get a sneak peek of the behind the scenes of the operations of Shein. After some much needed R&R, we got suited and booted and all ready for our first dinner in China, and we headed down to the welcome dinner. I'm so excited to bring you guys on this trip with me so you can indulge.
It's like such a fun TikTok thing to be like. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was very influencer.
In this incredible.
Wait, we could use this hashtag. This is how drama channels operate here. Oh, maybe all of us are using this hashtag though to talk shit.
Day 3 here in China with Shein, and you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Day 3 here in China with Shein, and you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of an attraction out here. They seem to be most fascinated with my hair. But after lunch, it was time to head out on our bus tour. We drove 2 hours out of the city to the Shein Innovation Factory, where basically they produce the clothing samples to ship off to the warehouses.
Why didn't they put them in a hotel near the factory? Why is the hotel 2 hours away? They're so tired when they arrive, that's why they're smiling.
To make.
James Charles coded.
Workers, a lot of them were really confused and taken back with the child labor questions and the lead in the clothing questions, because they basically said our kids want to be on social media just like y'all. They're not working in factories, and our clothing grows through rigorous testing before production.
So her video is the same theme. Are you kidding? I didn't notice any children working in this factory. Oh, because our kids they want to be on TikTok. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, our kids don't work in sweatshops because they're making TikToks.
Ask them questions like, what does your work week look like? How many hours do you work? What's your commute? Most of them work like 8 to
Why the fuck would anyone think that was fun? Like, if I, and I'm being so serious, if somebody reached out to me and they're like, hey, we want to take you on this brand trip where you have to go to a factory and ask everybody if they've ever experienced any human rights violations, I would say, what the fuck? I'm not bothering anybody. What the fuck? It feels like a little, like scavenger hunt or a little mission. What's that show where like two people raced around the world? What's that show? It feels like a reality TV show where they made a bunch of these influencers. Yeah, The Amazing Race. They brought all these influencers to China and gave them a checklist of questions to ask the factory workers. What the fuck? Lady, why did you want to do that?
6, and their commute is like 10 to 15 minutes, just like normal. I expected this facility to be so filled with people just slaving away, but I was
Why did you have that expectation?
actually pleasantly surprised that a lot of these things were robotic. And honestly, everybody was just working like normal, like chill, sitting down. They weren't even sweating. We were the ones sweating. Walking through the whole facility. We still got so much to unpack, so come back for part 4. See you then. Bye. Day 3 here in China.
Part 4.
Day 3 here in China with shein.
Part 4. Oh, like this is day 1. I'm just asking questions. I'm just doing my own research.
Today's my birthday, y'all, and we're headed to China with Shein. I had to capture this moment because it was Brandon and I's first time inside of a private airport lounge, so
I don't have a suitcase, so I'd be bringing that shit too. I'd be so embarrassed.
it was time to board our flight, and we flew business on China Southern Air. And here's all the things that came in my cute little goodie bag. We just feel so blessed, y'all. As soon as we got on the plane, we just laid back because it was our first time having those kind of seats. So yeah, y'all, we're just so happy. We had some lobster for dinner, and then by that time, it was welcome to China, y'all. Shein welcomed us with some flowers and smiling faces. So we're just so blessed, and I cannot
Not the bag I wanted.
wait to share every bit of this trip with you. So stay tuned for part 2. Bye. Today's my birthday, y'all.
I like want to like her too. That was so sweet. Yeah, calling it blessed makes me feel bad.
So it's day 2 in Guangzhou with Shein, and today we got to visit one of Shein's leading factories where they produce the clothing. I'm not gonna lie, I really expected it to look like it does in the movies, like really dark and dingy, but I was really surprised to see each piece handled with care, and it was also nice to see our Shein designers there, and so happy seeing their products being put into production. So after our factory tour, it was time to head out to lunch, and we got
Sorry, was that like 2 clips of the factory and then the rest of it is like...
to try some authentic food, y'all. It was so good and so nice trying different things. And even though sometimes that gets a little intimidating, we were pleasantly surprised that we loved a lot of the dishes. Brandon got so into it. He even got like a personal demonstration on how to use chopsticks, even though I've been teaching him for like the past 3 years. The city is just honestly so amazing. We even went to the mall and did some window shopping before heading back. We're gonna be digging a little bit deeper into Shein, and I want you guys to come back so you can find out more. I'm so excited to share it with you. Bye. So it's day 2 in Guangzhou with Shein.
Damn, if this was a travel vlog, it would have been cute. Yeah, it seems like she was trying to make it be that way too. Because very few shots were inside Shein. Like, probably only a quarter of the video. Was she making the dress that we saw that girl wearing? I'm dead. Oh my god, is that it? Look how this girl is posed. They're photographing her. They're like, right there. Yeah, the rest of this video is like China. And a little bit the vibe is like, see? China. But I would be that way no matter where I was. I'd be like, oh my god, there's people here. It's Delaware. More on the road with Shein hashtag. People pointed out how empty the factory was, like defo for staging. Yeah. Where's part 4? True. Well, when did this come out? Yesterday? June 17th. Oh, where is part 4? Yo, she saw what happened to her fucking friends. She said, I'm just gonna go under the radar here. Bro, where's part 4, bro? This is... Where is everything? They fucking love her. She in Singapore is using the content? Did we watch this? Oh, wait. This is a Shein account posting it. It's getting worse and worse.
We're here.
I told you they did this. I told you that they just got these fucking influencers to come so they could film their own commercial using all of these curious influencer expressions, but including the same trendy isms that, like, trendy beats that people are used to seeing. The iPhone snap, the vlogging rig, Nike dunks. Please. Not upbeat, happy music played on top of people smiling and laughing with iPhones. Did you see the shot? I told you that girl was taking a shot. Did you see her? I told you she was posing for a flick. Dude. Come on, who's falling for this? This is so wild. They took all the beats that influencers have created doing maybe normal shit and just put it all into a box and gave it out to these people. These are all like fifth wave influencers. who the one girl said that she deserved to go on a brand trip. And it's like, because you saw Jaclyn Hill do it 6 years ago? Like, I don't know. And this cost no money to Shein to do. I'm fucking dead. And Shein gets canceled all the time, so they don't care. Remember when they made that, like, Nazi necklace? Danny will probably get so many more trips based on this because she was so unfazed by the criticism. She's literally perfect in this. This is the role of a lifetime. I'm not being sarcastic when I say that she nailed this. She is a natural. She looks like a celebrity in all this. She stands out as like the main person. The wink! The wink! The wink. I'm telling you. She's incredible at all this. She stands out amongst all of them. If this was a reality TV show competition, which is exactly how she approached it, she would be a finalist. She's doing an amazing job. I wonder what they had to say during this shit. Or if this was just an opportunity to get them holding a microphone so it looked like they were at some fucking UN summit. What if she's saying like something really embarrassing?
That look like me. Number one, so I love the diversity with Shein.
They passed the mic around and they said, "What do you love about Shein?" And these influencers are like, "Okay, this is my big moment. This is how I get my camera time."
I'm only 21, and so the fact that I have opportunities like this is crazy.
I'm so sick of it, man. I'm so sick of it. Real people get to say stuff like that, and it means something. And when I hear it here, it just feels a bit perverted. I don't know. It's just a bit. Grandma, thanks for following. It just feels a little perverse in this context. Can I recommend a documentary? Yes, please.
I want to thank you, Shein, for bringing me on this phenomenal trip. China's been all like it was forever, y'all. So y'all making dreams come true too.
It was your dream? It's very fair if it was your dream. And you can clock me getting excited about something trivial as well. I just feel like that language might be better reserved for something else. I don't know. Oh yeah, it was her birthday.
It is so nice.
I want to hear Danny's speech. Why is only she in Singapore posting about this? These people maybe never had the chance to travel. No, totally. I know. And they're righteous. It is a big opportunity. It's just it feels like something ethically that you should turn down. Unless you don't want to turn it down. Are these all empty? Okay, wait, we know Danny. Okay, here's her Shein video. Oh, okay, so she's a lot of Shein videos.
So we're going to see a lot of the process that goes into making the behind the scenes of all the amazing Shein outfits. So let's go.
This seems a little more real.
That's what you call making a tank top. Fine. This is the print. You guys get to see it before it hits you. Oh yeah, I see the cut. That's cute. Real time. She's lacing them up real time. To actually see my own pieces in the factory being made in real time is crazy. So we're
I've been drinking more alcohol.
They're definitely being taken advantage of in many ways. You have a company saying we'll give you everything. It could be hard to turn that down, and it feels like a pivotal moment in a person's influencer career. Maybe they felt like if they said no, they wouldn't get the chance again. Absolutely. They pick, I fully believe this from my own experience, they pick micro influencers who can't say no. You have to be, you know, it's really hard to say no. And they do that on purpose. Like I said, they would rather work with 700 micro influencers than 50 like huge influencers. They just would. It seems like, yeah, Project Runway 16. Yeah, somebody told me one of the people who were invited they were from Project Runway.
Headquarters, Part 1.
We've arrived to Shein. Now let's go inside and see what's really going on. Shein got the big girls having a baby. Shein has got you covered. There's fabric up under there. There's one layer of fabric. And what they're doing is they're about to make a sample. So the marker has already been created, and now what they're going to do is that's a laser cutter. It's going to cut the fabric. Then they're going to make the sample from the marker sample pieces, pattern pieces. The whole rack, and now it's going to take the rack where it needs to go. Wow. Now these are going in. This is so good.
Come with me inside.
I feel like I'm more comfortable with these like less produced videos. This one.
Shein Innovation Center Part 2.
Okay, so you're about to see another one of my designs in real time. This is the Shein sewers. They are all in real time making my dresses right now. Like, this is kind of surreal.
So this says that she designed this dress. So yeah, the comments are much more positive. Huge difference from the other comments.
Shein Innovation.
You haven't seen it yet, but we have straight sizes and we have plus, and they haven't seen it yet. It came about because I like a good colorway, and I thought about all the different colors that I like to wear. And so even giving the girls like a nice little cutout, but I'm like, you still want to show a little bit more skin, so there's like no sleeve on this side, and you have a long sleeve. And it's blue on the back. So this one seems to be Fee's favorite dress. That's my favorite. So this is, I kind of went with the idea because everyone's into like the cargo and the denim has been like a crazy thing right now. So I'm like, how can I do me in that kind of way? So I thought that this color was like a nice like sand color to play with. We got the front pockets here, the front pockets there, and like a little funky little sleeve. But you also, because you know the girls like to cinch that way, so we also have a little tie-up situation too. But and it has like a little back flap. I didn't see that. That's so cute.
This is really cute.
Closer, so
Wait, the people following them around are like photo op, photo op.
Oh, how nice.
closer, so
Is that it? Oh, so here's her dress on
Do
Shein.
yourself a favor and order this. Do yourself a favor. My package.
The thing is, like, you do this for 10 seconds and you're like, haha, but the other people do it for their whole shift. I don't know, man. That one isn't that hard to figure out. If she walked away from that and she was like, whew, like made that sound, then the other lady has to do it all day. Working at a factory fucking sucks in general. It doesn't take a lot of, I don't know. Even if they were like, these are great conditions for a factory, it's like for a factory. You don't even have to go far from home. Amazon factory workers are treated like shit. This is also a factory. At least to the benefit of us, her community is really supportive of this because her products are being made by Shein. So she's continuing to post, whereas the other influencers stopped posting, so we're able to see more of this process. And you're able to see, like, literally people working. And it also shows the excess, you know what I mean? A factory has to move this quickly to sell clothes. Like, overabundance is all around you. Like, here are two people doing that job. They're standing on this little mat. They have this little fan. Like, walking past this and being like, oh, that's not a big deal. Like, I don't know. Like, if her whole job is to put this shit on there, she does it all day. Like, is that not awful? And they looked at her and they're like, she's not even sweating. It's not that bad. It's not even bad. Like, yes, it sucks, dude. That sucks. They're like, no, it's not that bad. Even if you're not bearing witness to, like, egregious human rights violations, this sucks. I don't know. Like, I feel bad coming for her. But oh wait, I want to like click on it. Who haven't I seen yet? Okay, she's 1 million followers. So this is the biggest influencer so far. This has only 2,000 likes. I'm just trying to get a feel for her engagement. But 26,000 likes with 1 million subscribers, like, kind of clocks. Like, I think they might be real. Like, 35k likes. I think that checks out. Some posts have the likes turned off, like the likes number. Her posts are getting more likes than Shein's posts, that's real. I'm not seeing her Shein video. You get to live out your childhood dreams as an adult. Okay, she did say that. Oh wait, her videos might not be on her feed. Oh, here, I think this is Shein, like these.
Day 2 of China with Shein consisted of a first-hand look into one of their factories and how the clothes are made. I spent time at the factory observing the working conditions and asking the factory's manager some questions that many of us have been curious about. I was shown step by step on how their pieces are really made D2C. Yesterday I asked you guys what specific questions you would like for me to get answered. Well, I got them for you. So here's a few. The child labor and inhumane conditions they have their workers under. So this is one many people were curious about.
I noticed that some of these clips are from Shein because I recognize them from the other influencers' videos. Like him ironing the grass printed skirt.
There is no child labor involved and they do not support nor participate in it. And the conditions of the factory workers weren't anything I haven't seen in any other clothing factory I've been to. The workers may mention they also get paid overtime on the weekends and they have break rooms when they want to rest, as well as fans that circulate the air. How are the pieces made in the factory? There is a thorough process on how each outfit is designed, structured, stitched, and sewn, then prepared for order. This video shows a glimpse of the process, but I have a detailed YouTube video coming soon for y'all that will give a full rundown on exactly how the clothes are manufactured in the factory that we visited. So a fact that I learned is Guangdong, China is dubbed the world's factory. That's its nickname, y'all. Being home to over 3 million industrial companies that work a wide spectrum of clientele from fast fashion to high fashion. So think of some of y'all household names. A lot of their suppliers are based here. Today is only day 2. I'll be answering more questions.
Did we watch this one?
Look into the Shein Innovation Factory, Guangzhou,
I'm obsessed with this.
on how they make each of their pieces as well as the training process. They have their dojo who are basically going through a training process who are taught to support their suppliers. And y'all, let me tell you something that really amazed me, the technology. They fulfill so many orders daily with the majority help of bots who run around the space executing tasks alongside the helping hands of workers. Many of you guys wanted to know what the average wages were for the employees and the people who work in the factory. When I asked, they said that they are strong on offering competitive pay to their employees and workers. Over 14 million people currently reside in Guangzhou alone. Due to the fact that it is the hub to many job opportunities for people who are looking to work, and that number is increasing. It's been a very interesting and educational trip so far, and I'm really looking forward to diving deeper. Make sure you guys stay tuned, and of course, if you have any further questions you want me to ask, drop them in the comments.
How much do they get paid? Competitive wages? Come on, man.
Let's get into it. We headed over to the Shein warehouse where many of the packages are shipped off to be delivered. For real, y'all, I initially thought it was going to be some dungy space with a ton of people prior to the trip, but that definitely wasn't the case. A lot of the facility was automated by robots and machines with workers and employees there.
The chair, that sucks.
Areas. Now when it comes to the child labor questions, I told y'all I got you. I found out that there is an independent third-party contractor that audits all of Shein's manufacturers. They conduct over 2,500 audits annually to make sure that they align with international laws when it comes to child labor and wages. So basically, y'all, an inspector is able to stop by any time to make sure that these rules are abided. Now the warehouse we visited is over 80 acres. Now initially I thought it would have been tons of thousands of people and employees, but because of the technology, the amount of employees is underwhelming.
I'm so sick of seeing those black dresses.
A lot of these employees are just people who are trying to make a decent living. They work normal shift hours and are able to quit when they feel like it, just like any other job. Seeing their authenticity even when the cameras were off was endearing to me and very important. Before coming here, I didn't know what to expect. Seeing things firsthand and discovering the Chinese country as a whole, from its systems to its culture, showed me how advanced they are. I'm really glad I got the opportunity to answer your questions. Peace, guys.
You could quit whenever you want? Was that a question to worry about? Did you think China wasn't advanced? The fact that they have to say all this doesn't feel weird to them? I'm obsessed. I am sickly obsessed with this whole thing. I need somebody to put it all together and talk to me about it. The word endearing threw me off. Yeah, it's patronizing. It's patronizing, I suppose. I don't know if I'll save this vlog. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved in any of this shit. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But, I mean, they picked... They picked micro influencers on purpose. And I mean, the best way to get out of this is to say, I was exploited. I was exploited by the exploiter. Olive's perspective. Look at his belly. He's so silly. And I think I can say we all appreciate that you have morals and you don't do stupid shit like this. Yeah, I mean, I've been caught up in stuff like this before. Like I said, I worked with Clean and Clear when they created that new brand, and they picked me specifically because I was like a cruelty-free person. So I was like, oh my god, yes. And then, you know, then they threw me out to the dogs, and then they just used my pictures on their social media, and I took all of the like, what is it when, like, scapegoat. And now I wouldn't do that again. Although, like, I tell myself like, yeah, this company told you all this cool shit and it sounded really good, and then it actually wasn't. So the flack, yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying I won't mess up again. These brands, they do it. Like, the one girl, Danny DMC, said that they didn't pay her. They just paid for her trip, her brand trip. So, because I was thinking, like, does everybody have a number? And, like, what if they offered you, like, $100,000? And it would change your life. What then? Why? The product or company is bad? For the clean and clear? What the fuck were they called? It was like black packaging. I did cleaning. Oh, C&C. That's what it was. Oh my god. The memories. I did influencer marketing for the C&C company, which was supposed to be like the sexy, younger, focused, millennial, Gen Z focused, clean and clear rebrand. And they're supposed to be like cruelty free, non-parabens, shit like that. All the stuff you want. And I actually started buying like little pimple patches. And the thing about them is, like, it was a big opportunity for me to work with a brand with like a ton of brand equity. And they were so focused on like, now we're cruelty free, now we're paraben free. So I just thought that kind of meant something. I thought I was into that. Yeah, look, millennial targeted. But they're still owned by Clean and Clear, so it wasn't a good look for me on social. So like I know I get it. It's pretty easy to like fall into working for a brand that actually isn't really good for your personal brand, your image. Bye, Bat. We're heading out too. Good thing John went to skate, or else it would have been me holding us up for the seeing the movie. If anyone wants to redeem the raid, I know somebody tried to redeem it last time, and it's not your fault that companies greenwash and make certain decisions that's beyond your control. With that one sponsorship you mentioned, like, you have good intentions of promoting that kind of product. Yeah. Oh, big vegan nerd. Do you want to redeem? Do you want to make a redemption? Yeah. See you later. Thanks for an entertaining stream with people who sell soul. Thanks for being here, Cassio. It's always nice to see you. Thanks for staying so long. I'm so sleepy. 10 p.m. Thanks for bringing up some good topics. Oh no, we're leaving. We're signing off. I don't know anyone streaming right now. Let me see. No, I don't know anyone either. I really want to raid Tractor Goth. Kenneth, thanks for following. Oh no, am I on the front page? Oh, Poppy is live? Okay. I'm gonna wait 2 seconds. If I get another follower, I think we might be on the front page. Right as I'm leaving. Take care of yourself, everyone. Thank you, Sebi. And check out the documentary that Sebi recommended. Would you be able to post it in the Discord, too, for anybody who missed... Oh, Princess has us. Toffee-inated? T-O-F-F-E. What's he doing? They're a friend of Frubin. Oh, let's go. Oh, okay. They're playing Final Fantasy. All my Final Fantasy heads. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his fluffy. Oh, look at him. How does he bend like so? Good stream. Love to dive into Shireen. Thanks, that was fun. Hopefully I don't get canceled. I got a little passionate there. Alright. Alright, Raiders. See you Friday.